Well, damn. And here we are at Pisces. I don't know why I thought y'all were last. Uh, it kind of threw me off a little bit because I thought I was doing Gemini next. And had to remember I did them yesterday. Let's see, karmic completion. Okay, so these readings, it is based off of a song. And because y'all gotta be extra, here goes patience. And I'm being taught patience by Pisces. I was like, okay, I'll allow it. Because the song title that I saw was by one artist, but the song I heard in my mind was by another artist of the same title. So it was Love Like This. And it was by Faith Evans. You know, I never knew there was a love like this before. No, I never knew there was a love like this before. Never had someone who showed me love like this before. And it's a really celebratory type of feeling. It's very intense too. Now, mind you, Faith Evans is a Scorpio, so her love language is through and through. It's very thorough and it's very strong. And we know that she was with a Gemini. She was with Vicky. Okay, I get it. All right. Okay, cool. Not to say that your love interest is a Gemini, but there could be plenty influenced by that duality. The nature that Pisces does have the two fish that represent them that oscillate in different directions and have different focal points. They have different desires, but they have to work together in order to create a balanced Pisces energy. And then with Gemini too, both twins or the two aspects of them, for you to get the best yield from a Gemini type of energy, well, it will have to be, it's like they have to work together. I don't care if it is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. They have to have an understanding so that one doesn't cause damage and the other has to repair from it. So that's not the whole message for you guys as it relates to the song. I'm just speaking on, those opposing natures that you have within you. So the other song was Donell Jones. He's a Gemini. And it was, girl, I know you're scared of love, but you never had a love like this. I know you've been hurt before, but you've never had a love like this. And it too is a very intense, emotional, it's not as upbeat, it's more sensual. And I feel like the natures of these two have been swapped. So if you have Gemini in your environment, if you have any close dealings with a Gemini person, I want you to understand that for a long time, you and this person both, and like I said, I don't feel like this is love-based. I feel like this is just observation or in your vicinity or somebody that you know, have been close to, in close proximity with. There's been a shift in them where they were one way and now you're seeing, like, you may not have known one aspect of them. You may have witnessed the other aspect of them, but now you're starting to see a shift in them, and it's just them integrating both aspects of them. And what it's doing, because you are also a mutable sign. You are too going through this transformative type of energy. Now, one thing I just realized is that all mutable signs have a duality. Vixen and Virgin for Virgo. Sagittarius is half centaur, half man. Pisces has two fish. Gemini has the twins, two people or two aspects. There is this, and okay, patience. Patience is coming up again that I saw on this numerology card. So it is knowing that you have to have patience with yourself, but patience with another person. So one aspect of you could be singing one song, like, and it could be to yourself even. is what I'm feeling it as. Like you could be overzealous and really excited because the love that you feel for a person is like really getting to your heart space, and then there's another part of you that is scared. And so this coaxing or this talking to oneself, or the masculine part of you is talking to the feminine part of you. Like the feminine is very the feminine side of the heart is very excited to experience this and wants to get enmeshed and immersed in it. And then the masculine side of you is like, okay, let's, we can take it slow. We can um drop the tempo. We can dim the lights. We can chill. You can be comfortable in this. Because as excited as you may be, that excitement and going forward and the impulsivity of the intensity of a connection is probably what the pitfall has been for a minute. So it can deter you from wanting to experience love at all. So the masculine part of you is being finally utilized in such a powerful way to actually nurture the feminine aspect of your heart space. The masculine is learning what being a protector really is, what being a provider really is, because it's for yourself to provide this type of stability, a sense of security, so that you don't have the emotional aspect of you, the feminine aspect of you feeling insecure. The masculine part of you is taking care of the work, is taking care of the home, is making sure that you're diligent and doing what the fuck you need to do. So the feminine aspect of you can feel at ease to experience love relationships and emotional exchanges like this. So it's like, despite the fact of having been scarred in the past or jarred in the past, or having these types of experiences where it starts off great and then it just, you end up leaving, being bruised and hurt and stuff like this, is to not forget to take the masculine aspect with you, that very active, protective type of energy with you, not in fear that the feminine may react in, causing the masculine to do something irrational, but that to check in with your masculine heart space, like, is this safe? Yes, it is. It's safe. You can keep going. All right, am I calm? Am I cool? Am I collected? Am I comfortable? Yes, everything's fine. I got it taken care of. All right, well, you can now proceed with such a, this is an inner dialogue on an energetic level. So these two songs, coming up, it's showing both aspects of you, a part of you that's assuring you that it's okay, but also another part of you that's allowing you to feel the freedom of embracing love again. Because I really feel like there has been a lot of issue with the trust factor. And I who was I speaking to about trust? Scorpio, actually. I was telling them that the trust, you're not supposed to ever give it to other people. You can trust yourself to make a certain decision in regard to a person. That's what you're building up your intuition and your discernment for. You're not supposed to ever give your trust away. It's not disposable. See, the thing is, your trust is always with you. So the more you giving your trust to other people, and you're like, benefit of doubt, there is no benefit to doubt. To question everything or to test the spirit is a good thing, but there's no benefit in being doubtful, or because that's a fear based type of thing. You can have your doubts about something, and that instantly is telling you that there's conflict with what you know and what you feel, or with what you're receiving or hearing, and with what you feel and into it. So if there's any kind of doubt there or any kind of shakiness, you need to see what the source of it is. It's not necessary to give your power or give your trust to someone. It's about making sure that you can trust your decision. And I feel like you're coming into balance in this, and now it's smooth sailing where both fish are swimming in the same direction, but they still have their autonomy. They're not going against the current or going against the tide, because they may feel at any moment. Because if a river is going in a certain direction, it doesn't stop and start flowing the other way. So unless you got a trout and a bass, big mouth bass, and you got a fucking salmon as your two fish, you know what I'm saying? That's the only inconsistency that you may have. And it's with mating. If I could use those fish as a reference, it's when they're mating that they swim upstream. So it may be that your gauge when it comes to parenting, not being a parent, but parenting style surrounding you, or even choice in partners to parent with may be you flowing against the current and rebelling and bucking against your own natural rhythm and flow. God damn. Channeling. When channeling happens, shit just go. It just go on its own. I'm here. I'm here. And it says say and I say. Okay, so I'm seeing at 8, 9, 10 energy here. So it's letting me know this is progression. We have health, which is your crown chakra and the root. So it's like you're really gauging everything from the bottom up, everything from what you're standing on, what you stand for and what you believe and the guidance that you're getting. It all has to align, right? And like I said, you're finally on a current where things are flowing in the right direction. I think it's been past tense where that inconsistency has pulled you in two different directions, giving me two of swords types of vibes and being at an impasse. And so 7+1 with this health card is an 8. There's a lot of power in knowing your health, the health of your emotions, the health of your mind, the health of your finances, the health of your surroundings, and everything to do with that, even with what you're ingesting, what you're listening to, and what you're speaking about your mouth. All right. So then we have spiritual partnership with the 27, which is 2 plus 7 is 9. And here it's highlighting that crown chakra, right? But also your sacral. So it's like, it's that correspondence, that as above, so below type of thing. If you don't feel it here, like if it doesn't excite you in a spiritual way, and you don't even have to be hyper spiritual or anything like that. If you're watching this reading, you could have just passed up on it, happened up on it, because of some of the keywords or whatever. For whatever reason you're watching this video, it doesn't necessarily, people think spirituality is defined like a religion is. No, not at all. Because people can find things, their spirit like certain things that may not have to do with their customs and beliefs. It doesn't have to do with anything that intervenes with the religion they grew up in or anything like that. So when it comes to spirituality, it's talking more so about the spirit that you have, the spirit that you embody, the type of spirit that people are attracted to and what's within it. Okay, so this is just a personal thing. This is just you and the energy that you have buzzing around you at all times that attracts people to you and attracts you to certain things. It's a spiritual partnership type of vibe because those two parts of you are now working together. When it was two different ways and handling things in two different ways, your mating cycle was like this, but your life cycle was going like this. It's like you were fighting against the current. So anything having to do with kids, it seems problematic or it's some kind of challenge and things like this. And that's weird because, well, not weird. Pisces are great parents that I have seen. They have a certain style of parenting that really does speak to the child on a certain level, but it may not be presented in the physical in a way that people can understand. So it's a very subconscious sign. It's a very isolated sign as well because they like the privacy to be incongruent. They don't want people to always know their inconsistencies. It's something that damn, y'all taking me on a ride. The fuck. I'm here for it. Trust. It's just this information is just it's like just hitting me. So I'm trying to relay it, and I know I'm speaking fast, and I hope that you're understanding and that you can follow what I'm saying. Okay. The intent is coming from a good place, but the constant need for the reflection, the respite, the rest, the pullback from outside stimuli and things like that in order to keep your spirit in balance, that can conflict with the parenting, the path and the parenting. It's something about the rearing of children because this is a sign that's isolation based. Okay, it's subconscious based. We typically breed and bear ideas or create ideas in our left side of our brain. the thinking aspect of us, the active aspect of us, the conscious aspect of us. So the subconscious energy is where a lot of these things are like, they're just swimming around with no particular form. It's like there's something you can't control, the subconscious. So to say this is what a parent is, this is what parents do, this is what parents should give their kids, and X, Y, and Z, or how a parent or how a child is created, there really are no rules when it comes to Pisces. And nobody really has any rules when it comes to how they create their kids. But there's something about having or being a Pisces parent. It will be unorthodox, it will be out of the ordinary, and it will be problematic to a certain extent. There are some Pisces parents that are, um, coupled with the person that they're supposed to be coupled with and have kids with and stuff like that. But it's something that comes with being a parent and having to look after another person when you're supposed to be. How did this get there? Okay. It's like you do the hard stuff in the beginning, which would deal with the parenting. Even the upbringing by a parent can be rough, tough. And it's like you don't get the respite until later on. It's like you delay your path in order to parent. And now it's to the point where it's like, okay, because what would be favorable would be to align with the path, and then first comes love, then comes marriage, then comes baby and the baby carriage. But it's like baby carriage, then it's like marriage, and then it's love after all. And I think that there has been this kind of fucking trend that I've seen where people are, they're having the kids, and then they're getting in these commitments that aren't love based, or they're obligation based or whatnot, and then they get the love at the end once they've already explored those other things. Even though the sequential order, they have to do it the hard way. They have to go backwards. They have to swim upstream first to understand what the flow of the current really is. Bring it full circle. So now the current is love like this. Now you get the love like this. The one that, and it's like, I know I felt before, I was like, damn, Pisces, they only get two real good shots at love. Two real solid ones. Like, they only give it a real go at two major relationships. And I feel like if that point has been reached, one person got one aspect of the salmon, the parenting, the inconsistencies, the incongruent issues, or whatever. Because Pisces has always been on the uphill battle type of vibe with this. And then somebody else got the just going with the flow, not really serious, not really, so it was two different attitudes. And now it's like a person being able to handle the curves, but both parts of them just like, I'm like kayaking, you know what I'm saying? Like where you can twist and turn and keep up with the current without going overboard, without falling off course, or losing your shit on the way. It's not like a free fall, but now it's a concerted effort. It's like I can do this and I can do that. I can do this and I can do that. I don't have to choose this or that. So great. Pride. We have this root chakra showing up again. These are kind of similar. They're just a little different because I feel like this is an amplified. This is resonating with the 9 energy, and it's a little lighter than the crown chakra energy with that deep purple. But they're kind of these colors are kind of inverted to where the health and the pride They can go hand in hand. Like, you can be proud of how healthy you are at this point. Like, you're the most healthy that you've ever been because your priorities are straight, because you have a better handle on what you need versus what you want, and what you need and you want. That is like, what you want is also in agreement with what you need. It's not like you're being too extravagant in your desires, because it's something that you actually need, that you know adds to the health of, you know, what you have to offer, whether it's just to yourself, to your kids, to your love life, to your partner, to your job, whatever. It's like, now you're finding out how to just get on with the get on. Shit. What else is left? I mean, if you've already done all the hard shit and you've done it the hard way, now you know exactly how to do it. The easy way. Not easy way, the way that makes most sense. That isn't putting so much stress and strain on you, because you did that on, for some reason it's like you came out breached. Like, you had to come out backwards, or, you know, you hit the ground running. You're supposed to, but your feet didn't land first. It was your head. It was like you bumped your head first before your feet could even touch the ground. I am Pisces. But even still, like, with this newfound balance that you're coming into, it's almost like you want somebody to trust you now. Now that you're in a place of change, or now that you're in a different mode of health, when it comes, you know, when it is mental, your stability, like, because the way that you are or act, or, you know, when your shit ain't straight, you know, it could really fuck with your mental. And so somebody may have gotten the brunt of that, and it was unintentional, but you know how you are. They may not have known how you are. So, okay, 22 minutes. I don't know why I'm still shuffling. All right. Couple things. There's only one court card, and we have an ace and one major arcana. Everything else is pip. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to, I mean, the ace can be considered a pip too. But what I'm pointing out is that there's three major things. And I think when it comes to the health, the spiritual partnership, and the pride, the spiritual partnership aligns with this Lover's card, this Gemini energy that I said was coming up, that came up with the Donell Jones interpretation of this energy. Okay, I see. So then we have this Ace of Wands here, and this will go on top of the pride, because pride, of course, would deal with Leo, because it is a trait that is associated with Leo. But not only that, this 19 is in correlation with the sun in the tarot. 1 plus 9 is 1. So the ace would go here. When it comes to health, we have this Queen of Pentacles. And so, I mean, Queen of Pentacles is a caregiver. So would be like the Queen of Cups, you know what I'm saying? But Queen of Cups ain't here. So this queen would be considered, you know, a part of the health. Health, pride, spiritual partnership. Okay, the story I'm seeing here. Okay, let me show the other cards. I can do that, huh? 3 of Pentacles. Ugh. Sex in the kitchen, over by the stove. I don't listen to R. Kelly. So to hear that song is like, it's bothering my soul, really. But you have this 8 of Cups here, 4 of Wands, Seven of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles. With the Eight of Pentacles behind it. And I'm gonna and the Three of Wands. Okay, so there's a couple things happening here. There's Pentacles and Cups. It's like there's a sense here of it's not. I don't like getting tongue tied with this shit. I don't. But when it comes to this spiritual partnership, it's like the feminine aspect of both of y'all, man, whether a man or a woman, has always been on the fence, has always been on defense, has never been fully consistent with its own power. The power of 8 that would align with the strength, would align with Leo. It has a lot to do with that pride energy. The feminine in both of these depictions is like showing something specific, and it warrants a response from the other person. And it's not favorable because the person will feel like they're coming on too strong, or they're feeling like when they don't come on strong, it's not enough. And there's this sense of like, okay, damn, like trying to get the right balance or trying to get the right formula. It has been where, but the 7 energy, when it comes to the esoteric shit, and when I mean esoteric, is not known. It's like this is where y'all go real etheric and y'all get real Neptunian and shit, and y'all start communicating in languages that aren't written. They're only transmuted from person to person. So this isn't something that you could ever, like, it can't be, and this is why this is so significant, because it's something that will never be witnessed as an inconsistency or an incongruent energy from your path. It's like, because this can't be seen on the surface, this can't be, it's like the actions towards each other with these 8s. It's like it's too powerful and then it's not powerful enough. It's like giving too much force and then not doing much at all. And it's a weird type of energy there. But when it comes to like the imaginative space or the space of emotions, or even looking at it from really like being able to analyze it for what it truly feels like that you can't quite put your finger on, there's this 7 energy, which does align with the unknown. It does align with analyzing, investigating, getting more information about it. So there is that desire here for both people on both ends in different ways, but very similar. You know what I'm saying? It's wanting to allow the feminine nature to go towards this wholeheartedly, because it really is a desire to do so, to be engaged and be a part of this. Is like a progression. It's like going from here to here, fulfilling one person's fantasy of just being in close proximity again and seeing each other, to being in damn near each other's lap. It's like, and when I say in each other's lap, I mean it. This 4 of Wands is talking about having everything straight and having everything secure, but also being able to both be supported. This swing is big enough for the both of them. You have to understand, just like your partner has to understand, you have two natures to you. The masculine is the masculine. The action is the action. But it's the feminine aspect of you that is split. Because we're yin signs, we're talking about the yin nature here. Even though the Gemini energy here with the lovers is a choice, it depicts two feminines. So things change based on how a person feels. And the health of it is to get stable in what one feels and what one knows in order to feel safe enough to make those types of decisions, where pride is not primarily fueled by what the emotion does, but you can be proud in what you're doing. You're proud in what you're building, proud in what you're having. Not boastful or arrogant, but proud. And so even saying like Pisces has two predominant relationships that you know what I mean, that means something to them, it's like they're extremes. It's like one is too much and one is not enough, or like one saw one aspect of you and another saw another aspect of you, but they've never seen the whole you ever. And I think you're getting to a point where you're about to decide to show one person both your natures. But you have to understand that the person that you're showing these two natures that are separate coming together also has to do the same for you. They have to show you that they've never been in their fullness either. So it can't be accusatory. It can't really be like, damn, so you was faking or you weren't who you say you were. It's not like that. It's that was them. That was a part of them, but you just haven't seen it all together. Like, it's like you can eat. Let me get my thought together, because I'm thinking about something. It's like a meal where you can have each of the things a la carte, or you can combine them and they make a meal or something. It's like, so it's only been a little this or a little that, but it's never been this and that. Like, and I think that would be more fulfilling and more satisfying if you could be your whole self. I think because that's what you truly want anyway. It's like, it's almost a fear of yours for somebody to see your whole nature, because you feel like, damn, like what would they think of me if they knew this part of me existed or operated. I operated in this type of energy all the time, and there have been people affected by this type of energy, like that could comment on who I was. It's like, just as you get the Wheel of Fortune and the Star, and this, and that's a 27 if we combine these energies. This is that spiritual partnership. It is a choice, though. It's the choice that turns the wheel. It's a choice that you make that starts the wheel churning in a certain direction, that starts to yield the fate of any given situation. And I feel like there is a 717 here. Fuck. Okay. There is a fear here almost that things will catch up with you from when you were not balanced and when you were not whole. And it's almost like, damn, is this going to impede on what I've been doing? Like what progress and the strides that I want to make in this new partnership. So it's like that inner dialogue, Donell Jones is singing, I know you're scared of love, but you never had a love like this. And it is influenced by the power of the love that the partner that you have now or that is coming in has the ability to love you in a way that you have never experienced love before. Despite You think that they're ignorant to the fact that you have another nature to you, but they wouldn't be attracted to you if they didn't know that. Like they that was be, you are showing them themselves, right? They know that you have a second nature to you. This star energy, this Aquarian energy is watering both the land and the water. So it's already splitting, you know what I'm saying? But these are two vessels that are being used by one bearer. Okay, so it's still giving me that duality. They're still giving me that but it's on the same scale. It's not like they're separate of each other. They come from the same well. And so this person recognized this trait in you. If they were not able to recognize this trait in you, I don't think they would have ever really gone through with it or tried to. Y'all really do have the same types of things in mind. If you knew their past and who they were and their opposing energy, or the energy that they grew out of, if you really knew them, then would you be attracted? That's the same that they could say about you. Like that would be a question that would be posed. So even when you met this person, or are meeting this person, and you may not be where you feel you need to be, but you're on your path, they're going to see a different side of you, and you may want to present your best self. But to do so in its fullest state, you have to understand that they're going to need to see that other side of you as well. They're going to have to know what it's capable of and that it exists. There could be a fear about that, about you not wanting to be exposed, not wanting to expose that part of you, but also not wanting to feel as if you'll find out something about them down the line that will turn you off, or something like that. There could be this aspect of unconditional love, but it's like, because of that aspect, the boundaries that might be pushed, because you are such an instrument of unconditional love. And even with them, if they're saying, they love you and it's unconditional, their buttons and boundaries may be tested in order to see what conditions may refute that. And that is that is done purposefully. Universe does that purposefully, right? And also, just because everything has to be challenged in order to, it's like, because you can't make a generalization or an inference like that. There will be always something that is an exception to every rule. So unconditional love, maybe take it out of the context of it being a rule. I've never had a love like this before. That's almost like, it negates the progress. It negates the existence of something like this. So, that saying, never say never. Or I'll never do XYZ, or you were never X, Y, and Z. Like those types of things, they will prove themselves to be opposite of whatever that thing is. We have the High Priestess here. Some beautiful ass energy. Oh God, really? A King of Cups. A King of fucking Cups. The Moon? Fucking Hangman. Hangman. I quit. I kid too. I'm not quitting. This is interesting because this Four of Wands is giving me the vibe of this Wheel of Fortune. You know what I'm saying? And it's cool because Jupiter is your ancient ruler. So in those types of terms, we have Pisces showing up 5 times here. 5 times. We have the Moon. We have the High Priestess. We have the King of Cups. And we have Neptune here with the Hangman. And Wheel of Fortune is the ancient ruler. Jupiter is the ancient ruler of Pisces. Now or never. And we already talked about how never is not something that we're accepting, because it will almost prove itself to be opposite of whatever we said never to. So it's now. The health, check. Spiritual partnership, check. But with that, something has to come to an end, right? Because 27, 2 plus 7 is 9. It means something has reached its finality. Wheel of Fortune says something has reached its finality. In order for it to turn, a choice has to be made. That's why the Lover's card is sitting here. And so either it's time to go ahead and integrate both of these messages at the same time, that you can be your reserved self and have your time away, but you can also be your young, wild, and free self and learn how to be both of them and give them both the attention they need as the person you are, and using that feminine heart space in order to achieve that, so that the masculine part of you doesn't feel so influenced and conflicted by the emotional state all the fucking time. This is the subconscious, what is not known, and this is conscious, but it's being kept quiet. So other people don't know, and then this is what you don't know about your own nature and where it could really go, because it's been even closed off by you to really explore what it is. But you have to understand, with the consistency and the mirroring of these energies, that both of you and your partner are capable of both of these. What is not known has yet to be seen. I won't say never. Has yet to be seen or witnessed by you, but by them as well. They may know that there's things about them that can far exceed their own belief about their abilities, whether they be good, bad, or ugly, what they're capable of, what's really in there. You gotta feel safe enough to do so, but under the watchful eye of the high priestess aspect of you that can trust yourself, that knows that you know how to use it or how to do it or how to bring it out safely, and using the masculine energy to do so. A quiet control, a comfort to the emotional self. Like, it's cool. We do have it. Now, the only card here that I was seeing that was just oddball out, not oddball out, because we had 2 3s, 2 7s, 2 8s. And then the court card, the ace, and the major arcana in the tarot of sexual magic aligned with the numerological cards that show up here. So the 6, 7, 8, we have these energies here. 9, 10, you know what I'm saying? But this 4 of Wands, this is what's to be had. This is what's to be enjoyed. This is what's to be explored. And I do feel that in my mind, I heard, you put your hand up on my hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. But, thinking about what I keep on my hip, I have a weapon on my hip. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, there's 2 different aspects of each of you. Oh my gosh, I feel flushed. I feel triggered. Okay, so there's 2 aspects to the both of you. You both have these ribbons wrapped around your legs. There's this consistency across the board with the 2 energies here. So what I'm seeing and what I'm feeling is like, just as easily as you could, be laxed and enjoy yourselves and hands on the hips and like dancing and having fun and shit like that, when it comes to drawing, that can be equally matched too. And this is where that moon energy comes to play, because the natures of these 2, they're of the same genus. They're of the same, like, y'all are the same breed, if I can say that. One seems a little more domesticated and one seems a little more wild. But in actuality, the one that's domesticated has the heart of the wild one. And the one that's wild, it wants to be not even domesticated, but accepted. Almost like, still be its wild self, but there are times it wants to cuddle up and be in that type of mode. And so this 4 of Wands really brings it home literally, figuratively, home, it drives the point home that there has to be this type of balance in order for these two breed, these two of the two last of a dying breed, the both of them have to be like, there's a certain way that you, like a certain rhythm that you have to have with these two energies, both within yourself but also with another person. So if y'all are vibing on the same rhythm, if y'all are really in the same energy, you're going to be drawn to each other because you're one and the same. But then the moment that one is more wild, and like if they're both being wild, they will repel each other and the opposites won't attract. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. It's very weird because they'll both be in this reclusive mode. They'll both be in this, want to be left alone. Don't touch me. You know what I'm saying? Or if they're both in that domesticated type of thing, they're both vying for that comfort and this and that, and they're not really helping each other. So there has to be that balance between the wildness and the mildness in order for it to be the right flavor, to be the right type of mix. Oh shit. You got to be in union with yourself, basically. You got to accept the fullness of who you are in your heart space and just in love, period. Like, you really have to love those parts of you that are even ugly. Not even the physical aspect of you. The emotional ugliness that you have uh, been to, experienced. When I say love it, I mean without it, you wouldn't be you. So there, you need to start giving it a little bit more respect, and that's the part of you that needs the reassurance that it is okay sometimes to feel that feel and feel them types of things, and it's the way that you act on it, and that could use some adjustment. The Seven of Swords is not the best energy to utilize when it is talking about love, because Seven of Swords is they're always putting themselves at risk to be found out. That is, this type of energy though, the High Priestess, is not something that's going to easily be broadcasted. It's not going to be something that is um just happened across. That's more of the Seven of Swords, where people can find things on you or prove that you had something to do with X, Y, and Z. And this is what the fear is based around. But if you have this knowing, or if you have this aspect to you that is private but not secret, privacy and secrecy is two different things. Keep in mind, subconscious things are private, but they're not secrets. They're kept out of view for safety. For yourself, your subconscious mind will block certain things, and for the safety of others, it will keep you from accessing certain things, because divulging, even with us messengers, when we're using our gifts and we're using our talents, if we go to speak on something that we're limited in relaying or not supposed to give the information of, it will shut down our throat chakra. Sometimes it could just be interference, but sometimes we will lose the train of thought completely, and the message will just erase itself. And it's a subconscious knowing that this is not to be shared right now. This is not to be told. This is something to be touched on in a private way, or this may be dangerous to expose, or something like that. It could put people at risk. So I don't know. You playing with somebody and they playing with you, and I don't say that in a malicious way or anything like that. I feel like you haven't been treating each other with the utmost, because you were still trying to come into patience and balance and trying to understand what the fuck you needed and you wanted for your fucking self in order to feel whole and complete. And this has been the hang up. This has been the issue. Oh, but the moment you get it and the moment you see it, this like, I see the 4 here. I see the key here. When I say I see the key, Jupiter's key looks like a big ass 4 to me. It's just written a certain way with, like, some curve and shit like that. But it brings in a sense of stability because you now can wrap your head around what the subconscious has hidden from you before. Because it wasn't supposed to be about them to begin with. It was always supposed to be about you. And the more you understand you, the better you understand them. Your partner knows this. And that's why they're not gone. Even if you're gone. Or a person that you're just coming into contact with and starting to do this dance with, this is why they won't go. Because they're like, damn, I can see you and I know exactly how I be doing the same shit. So it's like they're almost feeling like it's a sense of getting their own karma or getting a taste of their own medicine. But it's like knowing damn well it's going to help them. It's going to help clear up some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Mucinex style. Like really clear the way. So it's like, all right, I really don't want to take this medicine, and it tastes a little funny. Ugh, I'm thinking about motherfucking, what's the name of that shit? Triaminic. Ugh. I haven't used it in years, but that is a taste I'll never forget. I mean, you got your big sport. I mean, your Robitussin. You got, was it something 44? You got all these different types of medicines, but Triaminic. My sense of taste, like once something just is utterly disgusting, the memory of that never leaves me. It just never leaves me. But knowing it did what it was supposed to do. So it's like, okay, this temporary bitterness or nastiness or I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's temporary. The discomfort or the ugh. But when you see, it's like, fuck. It's necessary. Like, I see the value in it. Okay. Then you kind of get out of your own way. And you're like, all right, let's get to the loving part. Because it's no hatred here. It's no malice here. It's no wrongdoing happening here. Like, it's 3 of Wands and 3 of what? Pentacles. You know what I'm saying? There's the only time I see another person being, it is here in the Lover. So even if there was a choice, look at these 2 choices. One is, like cooped up and the other one is just out. So it's still giving me this 2 different kinds, like, having the domestic and then having the wild. It's like, I don't want neither one of them motherfuckers. Can I find one person who's wild and domestic? Can I be my wild self with this person, but at the same time be chill, be whole, and have a decent ass home? Like, can I have that balance with another person? Because I got these 2 natures to me. If a person I'm with can't handle these 2 natures that I got, they're not the one. They don't align. And you're dealing with a person who knows this about themselves. And this is why they get you on a different level. Some things you speak on and some things you don't. And they can just sense that there is a kindredness. They just know that it is like them. It is of them. 2 3s, 2 8s, 2 7s. You guys have been mirroring each other this whole fucking reading. And so it's just saying that pride to the side, be proud of what you've got versus being prideful in opposition of it. Like, you have these 2 natures of you. You're never supposed to kill a part of you. You're supposed to find a way to make it stronger and use it in a proper application. That's it. That's it. Y'all have the same influence. Y'all have the same natures about you. And the star is watering both parts. You got the Queen of Pentacles and you have the King of Cups. The only court cards that have shown up. All right. This has been almost an hour. Y'all got 2 fucking songs. So it could be one person giving one song and another person giving another song. You could be giving it to each other. So these 2 songs are running at the same time. And like I said, I'll post them both so you can get the vibe of both of them and see how one is kind of wild and one is kind of subdued and slow. But they're both R&B though. They don't have the same rhythm. They're in the same category though. So it's 2 different things under the same influence. 2 different things under the same influence. But they're very much alike. That's the point I'm trying to make. I said all that shit to say this. I've been making me work for it. God damn. All right, Pisces. That was interesting. That was nice. I liked it. It's cool. I will see y'all next time. But these readings going over time, we got to do something about this shit because almost an hour. All right, so yeah.